Hey everyone, it's Jess, the Tarot Tunist, and I have a timeless pick a card message just for you. And this is the message for your week ahead. No specific guidelines, whatever the message is. I have 3 piles to choose from. I have pile number 1, this blue sparkly nail polish. Pile number 2, this purple sparkle nail polish. And lastly, pile number 3, it actually looks black, but it's really this deep green and it has sparkles. Pile number 3. Go with your gut and I'll see you there. Toodles. Hey everyone who chose pile number 1, the blue sparkly nail polish. This message is just for you. What do you need to know going into this week? This is a timeless reading. All signs are welcome, but I'm feeling really strong Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, Aquarius, Libra, and Virgo. I'm also getting that you could be seeing the number 333. And I also get that you recently might have booked a trip or you might have recently went to see family or did something that you weren't expecting how powerful emotionally it was going to be. And I get that it impacted you in a lot of beautiful ways. And I get that you might be going on a trip soon and you're excited to go, but it's like universe, God, spirit is giving you a little wink. You're going to be getting so much insight and a lot of mental clarity. And I get that it's going to really change your trajectory in life. Like I get that you're going to be inspired to try something new or do something new, or honestly just adopt a new way of living. So that's amazing. But this week in particular, all you need to focus on is focusing on how far you've come and the stability and resting in the stability that you created. I get that in general, you've been kind of in your brain. I get that you're a person that thinks very deeply. The best way to your heart is through your mind, whether it's through music lyrics or deep talking, deep understanding. I get that you might be feeling burned out. Maybe you've been doing a lot of therapy sessions or just deep reflecting with a best friend or whatever. And I also get that you're a person that, not in a negative sense, but you would look at this coffee and go, oh, it's halfway done and she should be thinking about getting a new coffee so she doesn't get upset when it gets low. You're a person that people trust and you have so much stability because of that. But I get in some levels you zap the joy out of life for yourself. And this week, if I could give you any advice, and the cards give you any advice, is that you have a lot of serenity, satisfaction, and joy that you created for yourself. And I get that you're like, yeah, but everyone does that. Everyone works so they can live and, blah, blah, blah. But that's not the case. You do a lot of self-reflection. You care a lot about fairness. I get that you care a lot about equality. And I get that people really see and trust you. And I get that you're emotionally really responsible person, and as a result, I get whether you're a parent or whether you're just a person people confide in, you're a person that emotionally takes responsibility. And I don't know if you know this drag queen, but this is Asia O'Hara, and she is a sweetheart. In her seasons, she was a person that people asked for advice and help, and she was loving. You're a person people feel safe with. And it's funny because you have the past life of a monk or a nun. So this is what I'm getting, all in a nutshell, pile number 1. You have been stressing yourself out about some things that are intrinsically you that you cannot change. Whether it's your sexual orientation, whether it's how you feel about things, or your family, or a relationship that you love but is run its course, whatever it is, there is something you're holding on to that is hurting you. But outside of that, your life is really doing phenomenal and you have so much to look forward to. And the truth is, you don't have to force yourself into more community, more group situations, more crafts and hobbies. The truth is that you need to find other mothers. You need to find other people that are caretakers, and you need to almost have a community of people that don't expect anything from you They just want to witness. And I get that's what you're missing in life. You're missing a sense of witness. You're missing a sense of like, who else is like me? You might have friends that have responsibilities, but not in the way you do. And it's not that you don't want or don't need community, but I get that it has to be in a way that's not like where people still need you. So maybe you're thinking of volunteering. That's beautiful. Actually, that would be a great way to meet people. Never mind. Anyways, let's get into your tarot message. So silly. It's okay to laugh and make mistakes. Pile number 1. What does pile number 1 need to hear? We have the 10 of Pentacles in the upright, so that's strong earth energy. The Chariot in reverse, that is Cancer, and the Page of Wands in the upright. So right away, what I'm seeing is all elements are aligned. You're very stable. Money is doing well. I get more opportunities are coming in for you that will be financially prosperous, and you know it. Trust your picker. Trust your sense of what is prosperous. That being said, you feel emotionally chaotic because you're like, I have this energy or this pull inside me to go somewhere, and you don't know where to go. You don't know where to pull you next because you have everything on paper you want, but there's a level of dissatisfaction. It's because it doesn't let you up. You don't have to. When something excites you, when something makes you smile when you go in the store, you don't have to buy it. But think about it. Put it in your phone, look it up on Amazon, and like play with it a little bit before you make the purchase. When you get an idea, you don't have to make a declaration like, this nail color, I love it. You can look at it for a minute. Notice that it excites you. It's blue and it has some bits of purple. Maybe you could like the color purple. I get that this reading, if you were drawn to it, this is a really deeply emotional, like there's a truth or there's something that is just like eating at you that it's like you're holding it, but it's not, it's someone else's burden. It's not you. You know what I mean? You're stable. You're grounded. When people say you need this to be happy, here's the thing, pile 1, you don't. You did it. I get that you are a hard worker. You deserve mental rest. Give yourself mental rest. And I also get with the Nun and the Monk card, you might have lost a little bit of your faith. Not that you're hardened or you're like, screw you, God, nothing like that. I just get that you might be like, you know? And I'm not saying find it again, but even if it's something simple as maybe I'm just going to say a prayer and light a candle. Maybe I'm just going to write a journal entry about and asking myself, what do I really want? Like, what's my perfect life list? Notice the theme of that list. And you don't have to make a decision on it, but just look at it. And I get that the more you just gently let yourself explore, like a parent, right? Like, even if you're scared for your child, like let's say you have a son that really wants to do cheerleading and you're scared because you see all the mean comments online. You don't want him to get hurt. You wouldn't want to put out his fire. Observe. Don't let him see how nervous you are. Be proud of him, instill confidence, and handle situations as they arise. So that's the message I get for your week. Be calm, be happy in all the success that you have created, rest in it, and allow yourself to mentally explore without committing. So, love you. See you later. Bye. Hey everyone who chose pile number 2, the purple sparkly nail polish. This message is just for you. What do you need to hear going into this week? All signs are welcome, but I'm feeling really strong Libra, Capricorn, Leo, Pisces, Aquarius, and Aries. And there is also really strong earth energy as well. So I would say, yeah, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. But all signs are welcome. I get that you could be seeing the number 8 a lot, or 888, and the number 11, 1011, 111. I also get that you could be experiencing some tooth pain, or getting some dental work done soon. And for some of you, I get that you might be hearing some really sad news coming up, like some tragic endings. Like, it's not going to be like directly affecting you, but it's going to be like, oh wow, this affects my life, you know. I also get the month of August, specifically the year you're watching this, being very transformative, very big, lots of movement. I'm just going to come right out with it, pile number 2. I get that you have had a really busy year, like no bullshit, like just a lot of movement, like whether it is getting new apartments or taking a new direction in life, or, you know, maybe you're in a partnership, romantic or platonic, with somebody, and you have a growth mentality and you would like to further relationships, right? Deepen it. Maybe you're into marriage, of that sort, you know what I mean? And I get that you are in a relationship with somebody or in a commitment, but I'm laughing because I'm just gonna straight up say it. The person you're committed to has a lot of elements that you like, right? That you appreciate. But this person, no matter how intelligent they are, I get that they don't use common sense, or their version of growth looks so different than yours. It's like they totally agree with you. They want the house, they want the trips, they want the whatevers. And they're like, yeah, we totally need to save. Yeah, we should do it. Yeah. But no one does it. Like no one actually does it. I get that whatever type of partnership this is, this person agrees with you and does hard work, but it's like they also expect you to kind of do the footwork, no matter if you are the guy or the girl, doesn't matter. It's just, I get a dynamic where you're with a person that doesn't pull equal weight. And I get, honestly, you have the card of Pearl. This is a drag queen and she's amazing, and I'm sure she's uber loving and caring, but she is very much somebody who is, they're almost ethereal. And I don't see Pearl putting up with tomfoolery, nonsense, or she's very much me, myself, and I, but not in a negative way. And I get, look, we have the sword and rose and we have the coffin. The truth is that you're seeing the cracks in this relationship that you're in, no matter, like I said, if it's romantic or platonic. I get that clarity, truth, revelations, honor, protection, and determination, liberation, reborn, and transition. Like, you're at a point in this relationship with this person where it's like make it or break it. And it's not about putting pressure on somebody, but it's about like, what's going to liberate me and make me the most happy? Because it is what it is with this person. Like, it is not going to get better. If you have to remind them to brush their teeth every day, that is not going to get better. Do you want to live with that or not? And I love Pearl because she doesn't perform. She doesn't smile when she doesn't want to. She's beautiful. She doesn't look down on people, but you don't have to. I'm not saying she does, but she has that air of regality. And I get that it's like, just know how worthy you are and how far you come. It's going to be painful to have to leave a partnership, but there's only so much talking you can do. And I get that that's at a point where you're at. And if this isn't a partnership, then this is a job, or this is just a commitment that you made with someone other than yourself. Is there anything you have for pile 2? We have the 6 of Cups in the upright. We have the 9 of Cups in the upright. Okay. The 2 of Wands in the reverse. Very strong water energy. So you, like I said, you could be a water sign, you could be attached to a water sign, but honestly, the last few weeks and this week, you have to understand you are emotionally very intuitive and sensitive. You can see right through things. And I get that you know what true joy and true give and take looks like, what a healthy relationship dynamic looks like. You don't need to complicate your life. You need to simplify it. You need all cotton underwear, no preservatives, and a tight-knit group of very kind, simple people like you. And I get that you might be spending more time with family, and I get that you have stability, and it's not that you don't have to keep saving. You do. Like, let's keep thinking about your future, but maybe it's time not to think about our future. It's time to think about your future. And I get with the 9 of Cups, like, yes, this is wish fulfillment, but really this is the card of self-satisfaction. The emotional family is so important, and you need it, but you also need emotional self-satisfaction. And it's not about how you look or what you have. It's about how you feel about yourself and how you're your own best company, that you love sharing things with others, but you really love, the gift is sharing things with yourself. You are the person you have a relationship with, and you're starting to really see that. I get something didn't go as planned, and I get that it really has, I don't want to say the word jaded, but I get that it has left you a little like disheartened, a little hopeless, but not in an active hopelessness way. Keep simplifying your life. What makes you happy? Is it peanut butter and jelly? Okay, let's find a way to make peanut butter or jelly healthy. Let's calorically fit it in, and we're gonna do that because that makes pile number 2 happy. Like, maybe you really want a partnership and you're like, maybe I can just deal with it, and I get, like, if it's not this week, it's coming up. You're just going to see that you can't. And yes, it's wonderful to have a spouse. Of course it is. Of course it's wonderful to have a best friend that you live with. Of course it is to have an awesome mother-daughter relationship. Of course it is. But you don't have to force yourself because you're a standout already by yourself. So, I hope that helped. Love you, pile number 2. Doodles. Hello, everybody who chose pile number 3, the dark green sparkly nail polish. This message is just for you. What do you need to hear going into the week ahead? All signs are welcome, but I'm feeling really strong. Leo, Capricorn, Aries, Aquarius, Libra, Scorpio, and Pisces. But all signs are welcome. I'm also getting a family trip coming up. I get that it's going to either be a cruise or maybe the family beach house, but I get that it's going to be a really good trip. I also get that you have been expressing yourself physically lately. Maybe you bought yourself some new jewelry, or you're just elevating your look on some level, but this elevation is all about what you like. It's not about what would make you look attractive to whoever you want to attract, or it's purely what you want. I get that you are really healing the parts of yourself that box you in. I get that you're an older sibling. You are a person that maybe took care of your parents emotionally or physically. You're the person that's like the big brother or sister to your friends. And I get that it's wearing you down. Not because you don't love them, and not because you can't handle being a caretaker, because I get that either you could be a nurse or just you work with helping people make their lives better in some capacity. You touch them physically or emotionally. And I get that it's like, yes, you want the title of drag queen like Sasha Velour, but you don't look like a drag queen. You have a bald cap and a unibrow. Like, what? That's crazy. But that's you. You can still be a caretaker, but you can live how you choose to live. I get that there is a standard people are holding you to, like mom, right? Like, that's a loaded term. Mother, what are moms responsible for? And everyone distorts it, but a lot of times mom has to take emotional burdens that aren't necessarily even her burden, like, fully to bear. And I get that you are really reinventing the role and title that you give yourself and how people treat you. And I do get this family trip coming up. I'm going to be real with you. I do see that that sibling or that parent or that friend, or I don't get that it's your partner. It could be. But I get that whoever you're close to, and you know who I'm talking about, they're going to need help. It could be financially, but I really get more so someone you're close to is going to be making a bad decision, and they're going to need you to be like, don't hate me, but I did this. And I get that it's not that you don't love them, but in this moment, you're able to see your relationships, the give and take, the good, the bad, the ugly. And I get that you're going to be like, I love you so much. I don't hate you. And I'm not punishing you, but I'm going to need some space to process this. And I don't know how to feel right now, but I know it's not going to make good strides in our connection. So I'm just going to step back and reassess. And I get that you have a really strong sense of loyalty to the people you love. I really get this is about family on some level. I just get loyalty is being challenged. You also, I get, are a really strong soundboard, and you have to like filter a lot of your family's strong personalities. And I get that you're like, no more. I'm not going to minimize myself or my wants or needs anymore. Your needs are important, but guess who else's needs get on the table and as much priority? Pile number 3. So what do we need to tell pile number 3? I also get the Mummy. Maybe you've been watching that movie. We have the 8 of Cups in the upright, followed by the Fool card in the upright. That's a chunk. Followed by the Star card in reverse. So there's a situation in your life that you feel really hopeless about. And I get that it's not like, but it will get better, don't worry. I get that whatever situation you are feeling hopeless about, like it's kind of like an inevitable situation. Like it's somebody's time, or it just feel like whatever it is in your life, this is like, this inevitable ending is here now. Whether we scream at it, try to pretend it's not, it's here. And I get that emotionally you know that you're healing, and you know that you made strides, but you need to emotionally step away because you're involved in a sense of charity, aid, you're helping your family on some level, and you need to step back. Because I'm just getting that it's not that you don't want to help, but people are making it unnecessarily harder than it needs to be. You need to emotionally step back. And I do see by doing that, you're going to have happiness, carefreeness. This is an emotional journey you're on. And what would you tell your children if they were on an emotional journey? Make your load light. There's a sense you don't have to hold the responsibility, that the standard that you hold yourself to, if that makes sense. And as soon as you emotionally let yourself release the responsibility, you'll feel the sense of freeness. It's not going to make the situation that you're dealing with easier, but it will emotionally free you up, because I see that you're like really in. So I hope that helped pile number 3. Until next time. By the way, I get fishing. I don't know why, so that might be significant. Until next time. Love you. Toodles.